Good morning, sunshines. All right, we're going to see live chemotherapy today because it's not as scary as you would think it would be. So I thought, why not for a good morning, sunshine? Just to show you guys what it's all about and also give a Whit and John update. If you're watching or rewatching, feel free to ask any questions that you have. I know the first time that I saw somebody getting chemo, I was like really nervous about it. I was really nervous about being in the room. I was really nervous about, what are we supposed to be? You pull my mask down. What the different etiquette was, and it was just, I don't know. It was so unknown that it kind of freaked me out. And I think that this is supportive to show you guys and to share with you because you at some time in your life, you probably have had or will have some sort of contact that's going through chemotherapy, and to be able to see what that process is like is helpful. And while you guys are on here, if you have had any contact or connection with it, I would love to hear about that, and just know what your experience was. So here we are. We're at Children's Hospital. We are on Whit and John. Whit and John, can you say hello? Where's Whit and John? Say hi. What? This boy, he wants tickles. We are getting Whit and John's second round of chemotherapy, and this is his second session. So there are I'm not super educated about different types of chemo, you guys, but there are like a million different types. Look at this boy smiling at me. A lot of them are done in different rounds. So far we've done our first chemotherapy that we did was called vinblastine with prednisone, and we just came in one day and literally gave him like a little shot. I mean, like literally they just took a shot in his arm and they sent us home. It was amazing, right? Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Amanda, Nebraska. Yes, my girl. He told all my stuff on the ground. And it was actually pretty simple. Aside, it messed up his other medication. Chemotherapy number 2, here's a little bag, was called cytarabine, and we did at-home administering. We showed you guys that through a little subcutaneous thing on his arm, and we just did it 5 days in a row, and it was just like a simple thumb. When I think of chemotherapy, this is what I think it's going to look like. Right, so now we're doing a drip. It's called clofarabine. It's his third chemotherapy that we're trying. And hopefully this one's going to work. We get scans pretty soon here on December 21st. And this is what happens, right? So we come in this morning, and Whit and John already has his port access. Where's your port? Where's your butterfly? Want to show him? He don't want to show you his butterfly. So they access his port, which means he's already got this little thing connected to him right here so that he can receive medication and give blood. They did his blood work yesterday to make sure his numbers were good enough. You have to be a certain level of your white blood cells, red blood cells, hemoglobin, platelets in order to receive chemotherapy. He passed that test. He almost had a fever, so we weren't sure, but then he ended up passing that test as well. And then they wait for those to come back. They come in and they hook him up. Like yesterday, they did his first strip. So you can just see. Here, watch. So I think I can flip this around. Okay, I'm not that good at it. I'm not that. Oh, my camera? No, I'm not going to do it. So this is the chemo right here. So right now he has, we'll wait for it to go. Clofarabine. Oh, it's really slow processing. Anyways, yesterday he did an hour-long drip first, right? There's this chemo. It's just in a little bag. It goes down. It goes through the little wire. And then his little wire, this is the coolest thing. My mom made these little pajamas, and it's just like stuck out the little side of his jammies. Yesterday he did an hour-long anti-nausea drip. So we just like chill. We just play. We like hang out, right? I don't even know how to work this. And then he has a 2-hour drip. That's what his is. So all of them are different. Some can be, I don't know, 5 minutes, hours, like it can be a long time. But we're just there for like 2 hours. Then afterwards, we do another anti-nausea called Chitro, which is in a push. So a push is this machine. They still put it into your line, but they just it just slowly pushes it this way. Depends if he gets a push or the bag drip, depending on his weight and the amount of medication they're giving him. So that's how they decide if they're going to do a bag drip or a push. They push the Chitro, which is super fast. Then they'll do a it's almost like a Pepsid. So they'll do something like that to line his stomach. And then sometimes they do a Benadryl once the itching starts, because that's when it's like, I think either hair loss or from the clofarabine, like multiple things can start to happen. So they'll do multiple drips. So really, once we get here, we kind of just chill. Like, we've asked if we can walk around the hospital. Like, can we get like one of those little red wagons? And like, we don't want like Chemo walking around in case one of the bag breaks, which is understandable, but it is completely safe to be around. You can see, like, I don't need to be masked up. I don't need to be wearing gloves and all the different things. It's going into his body right now. It has been for, I can't even see this little thing. I don't think she has it on. It's not cycling right now where you can, oh, I'm just showing you his head, where you can see the little numbers on here. Usually it tells me how long he has, but he's probably been getting chemo for like 45 minutes. And sometimes he wants to sleep, like he can be a little bit tired. Not really though. This kid hasn't slept in like 10 days now. I don't know what's going on there. But then other times we're just watching Cocomelon. Yesterday we played Magnets. We played with this little Aflac duck. So we play games. We eat some chocolate chip cookies. We have popsicles. He can't get too far because of his little line, but it's the wildest thing. It's like he knows that he's connected, so he doesn't run super fast and far away. And that's what chemo looks like, you guys. Not terribly scary. If you guys have questions, ask questions. I mean, guys, I'll show you again, right? So here we are. There's our setup. And we kind of just chill and we play. A lot of doctors come in, talk to us. Social worker just came in, checked on us. Nurses come in. So we probably see like 6 different people while we're here that just have conversations. John's going to go get some ice cream right now because Whit and John, do you want ice cream? What kind do you want? He wants pink ice cream today, you guys. So I'm going to see if there's any other questions on here. I'm going to give you a Whit and John update in the midst of that. So like I said, this is round 2, number 2. We go through Friday. And then what happens, we're doing our best to learn his flow. I take a lot of notes. I have like a journal. I'm trying to figure out his diabetes insipidus medication that we go through. So after this, we noticed that his ANC, his levels, which protect him from any illnesses, they drop hardcore. So like it was 4,500 yesterday, probably because he has a little bit of a bug, but it will drop down as low as like 20. So like 4,400 down to 20, which is challenging to be out and about around people. So this week, we're pretty much staying away from people a little bit more than usual. Next week, last round, we were in the hospital the whole week because his levels did drop and he just got a little cold, which gives you a fever. And if you get a fever, we're admitted to the hospital. So it's not like will I be able to go home? We can't go back home until his levels are back up over 100, which took us an entire week. So we were at the hospital for almost a week last time. So we really want to be careful with that. And then we have on December 11th and 12th, we're going out to see Dr. McLean in Texas. So we get to see the specialist who works specifically on Langerhans cell histiocytosis patients. We are so happy and excited for that. My doctor here is very supportive. He's the one that pushed it through for us. He actually talked to the right person so that it was not denied by insurance, which was amazing. He's got questions to ask Dr. McLean. So there's really good communication between all of our teams. So now he'll have Texas doctors, he'll have Colorado doctors, he'll do infusions and treatments there, but we'll go out and see Dr. McLean every maybe 2 to 3 months. I'll post back on that later. And then we come home on the 13th, and then the next week, December 20th, 21st, we go in and we do rescans. So they'll do another full PET scan, another full MRI. I don't know why you can't see me and him. Another full MRI. And you guys praying. If anybody wants to pray with me, that last time we did his scans, he had 5 new tumors, and the ones in his scalp were decreasing in size. The one in his hip was it was actually lighting up more. And then we found 5 new ones. So, oh man, we really just, pray for all of them to be decreasing in size. That's what we're looking for. Other thing that I just wanted to share about Kathy's message, you are helping a lot of other parents. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Kathy. I wish I would have had that, right? Because you're so freaking freaked out when you go in for the first time. You're like, oh, you know what? It's like, truthfully, here's the truth about it, you guys. It's like Witten gets this one-on-one time with me and dad or me and grandma, where we play games and we play all these different toys. And it really is, he doesn't feel too terribly different. Chemotherapy, they have so many different anti-nausea medications now that it's not like he's sitting here like barfing the whole time. Yes, is he going to get sick? A little bit. Does he know what a barf bag is? All of those different things. Yes, but it's not nearly as scary as you would think it is. So I love you for commenting about that, Kathy, because I do think that just for all of us to know, if you have a friend who's going through it, offering to go with them, being a supportive unit, the things that you could do for people when they're going through chemo, I would say is like that week of, that's a great time to support with like meals or food. Cause we were at the hospital yesterday for 5.5 hours, right? And you get home like, oh, you don't eat while you're here. A lot of times you forget unless we get ice cream or chocolate chip cookies. Sorry, geez. Which isn't the best for you. But those are some different things that you could do. And otherwise, it's just, it's not as bad. The one thing that I wanted to comment on this in addition, and you guys, there's more people on here now. So if you have any questions about chemo, I'll show everything one more time before I jump off here. Please ask them. I just feel like this is super supportive to know. And if you've ever gone through it with anyone, if you want to share any of your experience, it's a lot different than it was 20 years ago. Way different from my understanding, from people have told me, right? They make you so much more comfortable during the process. So when you're here, one thing that's interesting is when you go up and down the hallways, you guys, this place is full. Like you can't even get a room. It is packed with people getting infusions right now. And you look into each room and all of these little babies, right? Some have hair, some don't have hair. Some are sleeping, some are quiet, some are 2 years old, 1 year old, some are 17. And they're just going through this amazing fight for their lives. And, my mom yesterday, she's like, oh, it's just so, it's so hard not to be sad when you see all these families. And I look in the little windows and I see these warriors. I see their strength. I see the strength of the parents. I see the strength of the child. I see the strength of the doctors who are helping them through the process. And yes, it is a lot. You guys have watched me. It's a ton to undergo emotionally, but there are so many heroes right here at this hospital. There is so much strength and love and faith right in these rooms that surround me of all of these babies getting infusions right now. And it's pretty mind-boggling to me. So I wanted to share that. So I'll see if there's any more questions on here that I can see. I can't see all of them from Facebook, but so recap, right? Here we are. Here we sit. This is our room. Sometimes we get private rooms. Sometimes we're with other people. Yesterday we were in a teen room. We didn't even have a bed. We're lounged up. He has got his little drip line. Do you see your drip line? Out his little pajama. It's connected to his port in his chest, and it just goes right over to this little machine right here, which is timing it. And then he's got his little bag right there. And otherwise, we just play away, you guys. So one-on-one playtime for us. I love you guys. Again, thank you for all of your love and support that you are continuously giving, all of your prayers, the songs, the messages, everything that you guys do for our family on a continuous basis. Thank you for giving back energetically. And I love you all so much. If you have questions, if you need any support, if you want any prayers, you guys, I pray all the time. Just message me. And I think that's all we have. Whitton John, can you say love you? Oh, thank you for my sensory bin. We love it, love it, love it. It was all over the house yesterday, by the way. They weren't learning very well. Whitton John, do you want to say bye-bye? Do you want to say 2 hearts? No? 2 hearts. Doing 2 hearts? He feels pretty good right now, you guys, but he's just checked out. He's picking something off of his finger, a little piece of skin. All right. From one chemo room, hopefully not to another. Light and love to you guys. Thank you so much. Bye.